Okay, and we're going to have 1, 2, 3, 4 for each grow bed. So now that I've got this like that, then I come down to this side, I mark it, cut it off. You know, it doesn't really, it's not precise, you just cut it off a couple inches past there, flatten that end, bend it up, and then you put 2 screws through this way, and you just use what's called a self-tapping screw. You don't have to, it's real easy. So then you can pound that over. Well, I guess you do the screw first. Where is it?
I like your mobile toolbox.
Well, I wish I was better prepared. Sorry about the delays. You use a it's called a nut driver that drives the hex head. But these are here, pass that around. Self-tapping metal screw. Self-tapping. Then all you do should have a clearance hole first. Yeah. Forgot the clearance hole.
Dave, do you gotta use the other side first? Or are you gonna
Well, yeah.
wait on that?
Get big steps so that we don't. I hate the videos where they show you every single thing.
Yeah.
I mean, like, you know, videos online, and they show you, you know, cutting the whole thing all the way around. You don't need to see that. Yeah, what you have to have is a clearance hole in this metal that this screw will actually slip through, and then it'll drill in. You can't just drill it through both, unfortunately. But yeah, Kaz is right. When this is when I'm doing this for real, I have to pound this side. Something I guess I could do. You get the concept, okay. But you put in this screw right through the. Come on, you. There's a screw there. Oh, yeah. Just leave that there. My truck will find it. It helps to have both sides bent. Now that's drilled through that. And we finish pounding this over. Now there is nothing. And when there's a force on that, there's no way that can pull away from there, because it's wrapped around it and it's got a screw through it. It would have to shear that screw off, which isn't going to happen. So it's a very stout cross member. So we put 1, 2, 3, 4 of those. We got these 2. We tie a little wire around it to tie them together to make it even stronger. And you put your toad in there. You can load it up with rock. You go over there. It bows a little bit, but you can go in. You can go up on there and jump on it. It's not going anywhere. And these are designed to hold themselves up basically on the force of the corners. You see how these are? The legs are sitting on the corners. This is where the load-bearing area of the toad is. And these are doing some work. But basically, this corner is really, really strong. So anyway, that's how you do the cross members under your grow bed. And then, like Kaz was showing, under here, there's a gap right here. So you fill that with about an inch wide piece, inch thick piece of wood, either 2 pieces of 1/2 inch or whatever. And you just cut a little square piece of wood and you slip it under there, so that it gives you good support between this and this, these 2 bars. And that's how you do that. When I was setting up my grow bed, you kind of start from the sump, because I'm on a concrete surface, so I can't dig a hole and make my sump go down. So I had a sort of a limited flexibility on the sump itself. But what I did is you know that the drain coming back from the grow beds it has to fit into this zone right here. The gutter. So you want to orient this. I just used wire to tie it up to where it would be the height that would allow the gutter that's coming under here to slip just over the top of this bar here. You've got sort of, this is limiting you. You can't go any lower than that. You don't want to anyway, because you're reducing your sump. But you want to set this at the height that the gutter, when the gutter's against this, it's also against that. So you adjust it. You sort of do your initial layout of your grow beds, just using some wire or something to tie this to this to get the height of your grow bed sort of at the lowest you can get it, to where it'll still have the gutter going through to here. And then you go down to where the tank is. You actually, you got 2 of these obviously. And then you put your tank in place and you put that up on blocks until it's just high enough to where the drains can come over the top of this. The drains from the fish tank itself. So when you go over there, you can see it. I mean, you've already seen it, but this needs to be about 2 inches, or the top of the fish tank needs to be about 2 or 3 inches higher than this. So you use cement blocks or wood or whatever you want to raise that up, because that's going to flow down and then down. So this is the part you start with. Mostly you just throw them on the ground and kind of arrange them around, and you have to imagine that they're up high. But then you make sure your floor space is correct, and that this is in the right spot, and then you basically assemble from this part. Does that make sense? Alright.
Did you say that you were going to transmit, email, whatever, schematics?
Yes. I'll get you full schematics and the part list for that assembly over there. Once I have that finalized, that should be within the next few days. I've found a couple of issues with my schematics, and I didn't want to send it out long and then have to send it out again, so I apologize for not having them done today. Oh, thank you.
Ocean.
Good idea.